Welcome to Stock Shots. Tonight is Thursday, January the 22nd, 2009. Due to a lot of viewer questions, we decided to produce a quick episode, give a little origin of Stock Shots, tell you where we feel like the program is going, and give you a quick update as to what guests we'll have on in the last part of January and into February. We created Stock Shots because we felt like there was a much better way to get financial information. I was tired of sitting in my living room listening to the mainstream media, oftentimes drowned out the panelists that I most wanted to hear. I would sit, watch a program that had a panelist of 4 guests. Oftentimes the one that I would want to hear the perspective from the most was having a bearish outlook, and perhaps they were drowned out. So we created a one-on-one format for Stock Shots so that we could ask questions and get to the bottom of the guest's point, let them express themselves in their entirety. Second of all, we wanted to create a format where our viewers could ultimately submit questions to our guest, and that's one thing that we're in the process of improving, is trying to get the names out that we'll have on the show so that you, the viewer, can send in your questions. We certainly want to incorporate viewer participation. We have one agenda, and that agenda is to seek the truth, to get the financial information that we feel our viewers need to hear. We're not pointing our guests in a direction. We honestly want to hear what they have to say. It's the only way we can, as individual investors, make our own judgments. And I think that's so much of the problem in the world today, is there are so many cliches that people wind up listening to that garbage. They don't seek the truth. They don't make up their own mind. And I think you've seen a lot of people lose a ton of money because they were not independent over the last year or so. They had somebody else they were listening to that was making their financial decisions for them. And in this environment, you absolutely have to make your own decisions. One of the things that I am most disgusted with is I am so tired of hearing the bottoming process term. I have heard for 6 or 8 months we're in the process of putting in a bottom. It's not a point, it's a process. Things are beginning to get cheap. Ladies and gentlemen, the game has changed. Our economic system is on the verge of collapse. The banking system, as we know it, is gone. It is not going. It is already gone. Our banks, our major money center banks, have been nationalized, whether you want to believe it or not. Look at the facts. They are nationalized. I personally believe that the next shoe to drop is a terrible 12 months for the regional banks. I think we'll see a lot of the regional banks go out of business. There might be some pockets of strength throughout the country whereby some of these banks do well, but as a whole, the regional banking system is in trouble. I've been criticized for my views on the blog at times that, I believe that oil prices need to come back up. Their economies, Louisiana and Texas, they need the oil prices to come up. They've suffered a tremendous shock over the last 6 or 8 months as oil prices have just plummeted, and now we're back at very, very low levels that can't sustain those economies, and we needed that within our domestic economy. So I personally believe that we need to see oil and natural gas prices to continue to rise. Somewhere in the $70 to $85 a barrel would be tolerable, but we're not seeing that. We've got so many things that are decoupled, whatever you want to call it, but our dollar is strengthening, and the only basis that I can figure for that is government intervention. There's no valid basis for the dollar continuing to strengthen, given the fact that this Federal Reserve has printed money. They've had the printing presses rolling wide open for a year. We know that we have more stimulus to go. There's just no reason for the U.S. dollar to continue to climb. And quite honestly, again, something that I have received a ton of criticism on. I have blogged about the fact that I feel like the dollar needs to drop over the short run. People say, well, you're calling for a weaker dollar. That's anti-patriotic. Absolutely bull. The dollar needs to pull back so that our domestic companies can resume some of the exporting that they were enjoying while the dollar was a little bit weaker. Look, that leg is about to drop. Our domestic economy and the American consumer has already just imploded. We're seeing worst in my lifetime economic numbers, and we need the boost that we would get from exports, particularly to the Eurozone, and we're not going to enjoy that because the dollar is up. If we stay in the state that we're in over the next 6 months, you will see new lows. There may be no bottom to this market. And people want to say it's a bottoming process, we're returning to some normalcy, we're going to fix the banking system. We haven't fixed anything. We've bailed it out, put government money into it, and nationalized it, but the system is broken. We're going to continue to seek the truth, tell what we see. We've got great upcoming guests. Tomorrow night, Friday night, we have Walter John Williams of Shadowstats.com. Guarantee you probably won't like what John has to say. John has argued that we're headed into a hyperinflationary depression. Like it or not, you need to listen to it. John backs his ideas up with his numbers. He's a great economist. He's a great statistician, and he presents a very interesting and informative interview. You might not like it, but you need to hear it, and that's the kind of program that we intend to bring. Today we also confirmed that next Friday, January the 30th, we'll have an interview with Mr. Gerald Celente. We're so excited about this. Most of you know Gerald. He has called a lot of the economic downturn and collapse, and I intend to ask him some tough questions and find out what he thinks is going on in the next 12 months. If you've got a question for Gerald, email it, webmaster@stockshots.tv. That's webmaster@stockshots.tv. On Monday, we've got Jonathan Honig of capitalistpig.com. That's January the 26th. If you have questions for Jonathan, please email them, webmaster@stockshots.tv. We appreciate your support. We'd like to ask everybody, the larger we can get in terms of number of subscribers, we'll continue to bring more and better guests to you. Please subscribe to our channel and encourage a friend to subscribe to our channel. This show is not about us, it's about our viewers. We will take your questions, we will get them to the guest. We will take your suggestions as to the guests you would like to see on the show, and we'll do our best to get them. So please help us build this network as we do our best to seek the truth, to get you the information you need to hear. Thank you for listening.